Hello again, friends. Welcome back to Kurt Berglund's Baseball World. Don't forget to check out channel membership for my channel by clicking on the title of my channel, Kurt Berglund's Baseball World, and then clicking on the join button once you get to my channel homepage. You can find out all the good stuff that you get with channel membership. Today I want to share with you a very special video. On Saturday, May 14th, 2022, we had the first APBA Wisconsin baseball tournament that we have had in, 3 years due to COVID and then sort of a resurgence of COVID. But we are back at it, and I want to show you some details from the tournament. The final 4 teams in the tournament on the American League side ended up in the premise for the tournament, or the structure of the tournament this season, was the central divisions. So you had to have a team chosen from either the American League or the National League Central divisions. And the final 2 teams on the American League side ended up being the 2005 White Sox against the 1988 Minnesota Twins. And on the National League side was the 1995 Reds against the 2016 Cubs. Those were the final 4 teams. So you're going to see the division races change on the whiteboard that I showed during the video. Ended up being the 1995 Reds as the champions of this year's tournament. We're going to do another tournament, hopefully in fall, if COVID permitting. We're looking forward to doing another tournament. And my thanks to all of our participants, and my thanks to you for watching. Putting together a glimpse of how the tournament is structured, the guys playing the different games against each other. You'll get a good sense of the fun that was had on the day. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out membership on my channel, and have a wonderful day. Enjoy watching the 2022 Wisconsin APBA tournament.
We don't live far from there. Yes,
Grab a schedule, turn it over. I'm going to tell you what you got, and then we'll get started. I just need 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Shut up. 5 minutes, and we'll get going.
He's doing the rules.
All right. First, on the front side is your schedule. Now, the first thing I want to explain is how pitching rotations work. But before we do that, I should do logistics. We have coffee here. There is sugar and cream and donuts and Kringle. Thanks, Rob, for the Kringle. In the fridge, there are bottles of water. We've got our afternoon sugar high. And so help yourself to all that stuff. And then bathrooms are here, and our apartment is 111, which is literally right around the corner, so you can use either one. All the doors open. Here's what we're playing for. First place is the APBA Hall of Fame set. This is the list of players that are in the set. These are the envelopes you get with the set, and the cards are in here. So whoever wins the World Series takes this home. Second, the loser of the World Series,
The non-winner.
Takes home the 1987 complete set of Fleer. The third place team, because we're going to do third place against fourth place to determine prizes. So the division...
Only one game, I hope.
Only one game. Division Series...
I got the whole day.
Division Series losers get the third place team, gets the 1990 complete set, and the fourth place team gets one of my favorite books. It's the book about the 1931 Homestead Graves by Phil Dixon, and the Total Baseball Biographical Encyclopedia. Both those go to the 4th place winner. All right, now, so that's what we're playing for. Here's how, oh, one more thing. Timeline for the day. So on our schedule, I'm hoping that lunch will, you choose when you eat. I'm hoping lunch will happen sometime around the end of round 3, which would put us on track to get the playoffs going maybe around 3 o'clock or so, and then be done by 5. We have a table outside that you can use if you would like to roll outside. There's also one in back. If you want to use one in back, there's a picnic table out there you can use if you want to roll outside. Okay, supplies. If you forgot your boards, or if you need dice or score sheets, all that stuff is here. I have a dice tower you can use here. I have a cigar box that has an old picture of Milwaukee County Stadium in the bottom. If you want to use that to roll your dice in, grab that. So those are your supplies. We have stuff to buy. Everything is basically $4. The books, the magazines, the teams are all $4. This is a $9 bundle of random unused APBA envelopes and random players that don't make up a full team, but there's some pretty great players in here. You can look through those. That's $9. Everything else is $4, including media guides, books, and these magazines most of them are from the 1960s. We're going to have a raffle for all the stuff that doesn't sell later in the afternoon, so that's coming. Donuts, coffee, we talked about that. What you have in front of you, underneath your schedule, are my favorite Japanese players. Most of them, well, about half of them are all-time greats, and about half of them are current players. They're all incredible.
There's an Otani guy there, Don. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, I'm somewhat familiar with.
You are familiar with him? Okay.
And
Best player in baseball.
there is.
He's here. He's on.
He's an Eagles fan.
I use Steve's card computer to make the cards.
Angels weren't eligible for
A
this.
couple of them don't have. On 53, there's an ER because their stats don't come out right. So that's why you have the sheet on top, which is the random unusual play card. You use that when you see an ER like you do on Isao Haramoto and on Seiya Suzuki's 53s. Use the unusual play card. But they're fun and they're pretty much set up to take on the bats sets. So if you want to use those against the bat sets, they'd be very good matchup there.
But if I roll a 40, there's 40s on my card. We use 40. We don't use the
That's understood.
unusual play card. That was a question.
Absolutely. Well, we're not using the unusual play card today.
Oh, they over-clarified that, yes.
No,
Okay.
no unusual play card. That's
Okay.
just for the Japanese cards. Okay. Now let's talk about the rules. First, at the top of the schedule, I talk about your rotation. You're setting a 3-man rotation, but you got to think about it because there's some strategy involved. Here's why. You're playing 10 games, you have a 3-man rotation. That means that the 10th game, which will likely, for several of us, decide who's going to the playoffs and who's not, it's set up so your number 1 person in your rotation pitches the 10th game. Yes,
How many teams make the playoffs?
4. So,
I'm going to be your spoiler, Rob. I'll tell you what.
so
I
what
expect
that
nothing
means
less,
is that you may not want your number 1 pitcher to be your number 1 starter because your number 2 starter will pitch the divisional playoff game. If you make the playoffs, your number 2 starter goes in that game, whoever you've decided that person will be.
And that's just one game.
That's one and done.
Oh.
Then, for the World Series, you reset your rotation any way you want to. But the 10th game of pool play is your number 1 starter, whoever that is. then you don't change anything. Your number 2 starter goes in the divisional playoff. So you got to think a little bit carefully about how you want that to fall, because I know there's going to be playoff positioning in that 10th game. So on the other hand, you want to make the World Series too. So however you want to balance it out is up to you. Now, on the back side of the schedule, a couple of reminders. DH use is determined by the home team. The schedule doesn't decide who's home. You're playing one home game and one road game against every opponent. You roll the D6s to decide which one goes first or who gets the choice. Question?
Yes, the DH decision based on the historical part of the team or just on manager's preference?
Manager's preference. I'm trying to build in more strategy into it. Along with the rotation part, you got to think about your DH part. All right, now let's talk about relievers. If your reliever has an asterisk, the longest they can go is 5 outs, but they can pitch in every game. If they don't have an asterisk, so you're talking about your 4th starting pitcher or other guys in your pen, they can go up to 9 outs. But if they pitch more than 6 outs, they have to rest the next game. So if they pitch 7, 8, or 9 outs, anybody that does that, of course your asterisk guys aren't allowed to. But if your guys without asterisks, so I'm trying to avoid 4th starter abuse. So if you're going to get that 4th starter in the game and ride him for 3 innings, he's not pitching the next day, the next game.
Just one game.
Just one game.
Question,
Yeah.
on starting pitching, is there a minimum number of, do they have to go 5 before you pull them? Or can they be pulled at any time,
If they're reduced, you can pull them at any time,
other than that 5 innings?
other than the 5 innings.
Okay.
Okay.
Question.
Yes, sir.
On the relief limits, what if a double play takes you over? Like if a guy's at 4 outs and there's runners on base, you have to take him out, or what happens if there's a double play?
If there's a double play and that pushes you over, it's not a problem. Just take them out after that. That's good.
What if it's a triple play?
That's only when I
Then we all go home.
Then you kick that
That's
as a
only when
tournament.
Pops
Okay. Next is
Absolutely.
Kurt, just one more question.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, if you've got a person out of your bullpen that's got a split start and asterisk, if there's an asterisk on that card.
any asterisk puts them at 5 outs, right? Any asterisk at all.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a good question.
J4 position players can enter the game, cannot enter the game until the 7th inning, top of the 7th. A J4 pitcher has to have 100 innings logged to be one of your rotation guys. Hit and run is 2 times per game, 25-man rosters, no rainouts, no injuries, and pitchers. We got to talk about pitchers. Some of you have pitchers who are fast and you want to use them for pinch runners. You can do it. If you have a pitcher who is a good hitter and you want to use him as a pinch hitter, you can do it. I don't limit any of that stuff. So, if you want to use a pitcher as your DH, you can do that as well, as long as they're not a J4.
The Otani rule.
Okay?
And you don't have to take him out anymore.
And you don't write things. Yeah, that's crazy, that is. Now, extra innings. No starting pitcher can pitch more than 10 innings. And then after the 11th inning, every pitcher becomes a D, but to make you think some more, they keep their modifiers. So, yes, they're a D, but you might want to think about who you're putting in, because if they've got a Z or something, they would still be able to keep that Z and use it. So, after the 11th, everybody's a D, but keeps their modifier. And I think that's it. Other questions?
Is it the same limit of, like if it is the 11th inning, they can only pitch so many innings in relief before they're not
No,
eligible?
then
That's out the door?
Then it doesn't count.
Okay.
Then it doesn't count. And yes,
Any great upgrades for relievers coming in mid-inning?
Yes, you do get your platoon upgrade for the one batter coming in mid-inning, but not at the start of the inning. We're gonna follow the APBA rules on that.
Okay, left against left, they go up. And
Off
left
one,
against
yeah.
right, they go
Unless
up.
they're already ABs or ACs, then they don't. Yep.
We don't
So
have
do they have
those.
to be lefty against lefty, righty against righty, or just do they get automatic
That was
upgrade?
what I meant.
Have to have the platoon advantage. Yep. Yep.
So Jose Mesa doesn't get upgraded, Rob.
The Cubs
All right.
have arrived.
They have to be like.
All right,
You got some dirty looks around here this year.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're ready.
Hey, so if it's not.
So,
Can you separate those feelings from play it safe, or is that all in one ball? Play it safe means steal, everything, or can you say just no steal?
Usually separated, don't just run for one. Yeah, separate line, there you go. All right, find your opponent and you can start to roll.
I got the Cubs.
Oh, okay, I've seen some of these guys again. Right, I'm sure he's facing.
You got your paper.
I got you first.
I told him, don't roll that.
My son played for JCA. He just rules or nothing like that. They lost. Yeah, question, but you know.
All right, I guess we can start by rolling your movie home, huh? So we roll one dice for that. We got two.
I think technically we decided we did all.
Hey.
All right, I guess I'll do the whole team for the first game.
In our
This is top board. 30, 30 across, like that.
Cardinal and Howell,
Everybody else. I think,
Are we doing
80 brewers.
the traditional APBA or this is your 26?
You got charts?
Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
You got charts?
I got a DC and I'm hoping to win a line of 14.
Well, you already have to be outfield.
I'm going to roll one dice. Use your book.
Davis, it's already done.
Davis, I mean,
I'm sorry.
Lineup, I don't really worry about it. I mean, I'm the score.
That's how pitching rates go last
You gotta win.
You're kidding, right?
No, he's not. Maybe not. We just win one game.
For the first game, right?
I guess we play. Do we play? Okay, so we sit together.
Some of the outs, but I think that will give you.
Let's play outfield if they don't.
Right hand.
we're just using the
Oh yeah, basic fielding, no individual
It actually gets so
fielding.
long.
Fielder.
I've never seen that.
He's the one who, he's the.
You said no fielding?
No individual fielding, so you just take it.
Just
I believe Jimmy Carver because he had Jimmy Carver in our
You
season.
get a lot of money after that with
That bombed through Willie Mays.
Oh, wow.
going over the
On the edge, so. It's not his fault.
He was, and this was when on the computer league where he was like a 35.
So that's what 35 age or something, he was. Steroids, he used black licorice and stuff in 1930.
He was Scott Cherry.
Hans Wagner. Hey, if you're going to use Hans Wagner, you gotta contact his publicist.
I love it. Love it.
Okay, here we go. Hans Wagner.
33, first time ever in a tournament, Hans Wagner gets a 0. See something fun. 24. Double's fun.
Somebody will be a single.
65.
What?
It's a 6.
Somebody would be a single.
Oh, I think
yeah.
so.
No. Oh, yeah. There's probably about 4 or 5 of them on the board.
Yeah, uh-oh. Tommy Lee. 42 is 14.
Last time I played you, we were talking about Ron Sano on the chair.
Okay, that's right. That's
Sparky Adams. Sparky. Going away.
yeah,
Grandpa throws him out stealing. Damn right on Grandpa.
Alright, so Adams will lead off.
The 5, the 4. That's the 5, 4. Wow.
This team runs. I'm sorry, what's your name?
He can slow. Nope. So
we have breakfast food here. If you're interested in coffee or donuts or any of that stuff, there's water in the fridge. If you need change to pay me, we do have to pay for the room today, so if you need change to pay me, let me know. And I'm distributing the first of our junk wax for the day. So make sure you take a pack. Back with more junk wax later.
Is the gum still good?
I'm the king of junk wax, so knock yourself out.
Is there gum in there, Kurt?
The exact amount too.
Well, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
Come on, Stan, be clutch.
So we got.
Kurt, is there still gum? Charlie Gilbert. 35 is a 9.
You got two players with the same numbers in spot.
That's a good hitter. What's that call?
Go free.
Chris Chance is number 7.
That's a strikeout.
Okay, so Tinker,
When you leave, too loud and just get right in.
35, 14.
that will be a 5 to 4. So 1 hit, 1 net left on. 1.5, almost 4. Yeah, this is great. Big hit.
It's like that one.
And you have to hit lawyers. Listen to me. 23 is a 47. That'll be a 5 to 3. Dick Roach.
Can I just like the updates? I think I still have.
41 to 28.
The worst case scenario is actually lost Max and got a binder. Yeah, it's so much easier for me. Yeah, right. Nice about this is it's a little book. Yes, yeah, they only made that for a little while. Yeah, 2000 and 2001. That's like yeah. All right, so Tom. All right, Showroad Fisher. Tommy Leach is up. Wait, I'm sorry. We were talking. I was thinking I'm back. Yeah. Wait, no, Leach. It was a double play. Yes, that's right. We got sidetracked because we got a 25. So, right? Yes. Fred Clark. No, that's the third out.
You're gonna end
You know why? Because I put myself in the hole.
55.
Okay, sorry. We're just gonna have to call this.
Uh-oh.
That's a 0? Yeah. Well, I'll take that.
I go to the scope for the first place.
44, it's an 8.
See, I 7, 8, and 9.
Well, he's a D.
You go once, you go to the 6.
That's a bizarre.
Yeah.
We got that to prove.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, it's a
It's a 0 and I roll an 8.
Yeah.
We got it to prove.
It's just like a waste of a roll.
So you filled in.
Right?
So I replaced one fast guy for another fast guy. Clark. Ready, Clark? Up the captain. 22 out there. 7. Too fast guys. First and third. I'll take the running back. First and third. First and third with 1 out. Kenny Bransfield. He can sweep one through the board and in. Oh, you're right. Oh, you're right. 43, 29. That's good. First. Runner to second. Manny Hope. So now we got second. 2 outs, second and third. 31 fly out. All right, we go to the top of the ninth and 1 run. Chip Cap. Next guy. Oh, he just missed. So we got 25. Good strikeout for Chesbro. Fisher's one run. That's a 9 again.
No. Oh.
That's
Lunchtime.
Almost to lunchtime. Round 2 finishing up. And here are your standings.
When it's second column, it's
Well, I get saved no matter what because of
27. Hey, what do you know? Storm and Gordon Thomas. 3 runs, that's Howdy.
22-8.
There we go. Frankie. Just play one. My leading home runs are here. Right back. Paul. Our chair.
Oh, for the long ball, George! Come on! Keep it going, George! Quick one!
Yeah, we got one close, I guess. Get 2 singles. Alright, here we go. Yeah, let's go back to scored a run.
53-17.
Thank you.
The futility can do 13 innings, and then although I scored that in the 9th inning before he beat me in the 9th. Well, 13 innings without a run. There we go. Wade Conroy, 31. That's a 9 on that. Ginger Beaumont, 31. It's flat to center, 31. Clark. He walks. Alright, let's go.
I've seen more walks in this game.
And the gridlock continues. We may be headed to playoffs in both leagues. If not for first place in the American League, which probably the Twins. The second place team, which will also make the playoffs, is looking pretty knotted at this point, but we'll see. The National League is really, really open, and there's 2 games left to play. 10-game season.
Yes. Okay, so we go to the... Yes.